Hi, my name is Elijah Gomez, and today I will be teaching you guys how to make a pipe cleaner flower. If you're like me, you've walked into the mall before and you've seen these vendors selling these pipe cleaner flowers, and you've always thought to yourself, wow, those look really nice. I think I should go buy me some. And when you go and you look at these pipe cleaner flowers and you check the price, you see it and you're like, oh my gosh, that's not worth it. If you're like me, I would just think I can make this on my own. And luckily for you, I will show you guys how to do that. In this video, I will show you not only how to make your own pipe cleaner flower, but I'll also show you how to dress it up and make it look a little bit nicer. First, what I ask you guys to do is to lay out all your supplies that you're going to need. Then I will show you the steps on how to actually make the process of actually making the flower. And lastly, I will show you how to clean it up and dress up the flower. To begin, the most important step is to always just make sure you have your pipe cleaners ready and to preheat your hot glue gun. When making these flowers, you'll have supplies laid out and ready to stay organized. The pace of the flowers that it takes to make them will pick up very rapidly as you start to glue, and so you want to make sure that you're going to have everything nice and laid out. So for the stems, you want to have green pipe cleaners. You'll have one specific color of pipe cleaners that you will lay out. You will also need some flower tape and the actual metal stems. You want to have all these things laid out and ready at hand, ready to go. Organization is such an important part when there's so many small little pieces that you can lose or even lose track of. And so you want to make sure you have everything nice and laid out on a flat table or a flat surface so you're ready to work. So now from there, now that we have all of our items ready, you will now begin to actually make the flower. So the process of making the petals can be pretty easy when making the flower itself, but that is if you do it right. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab two pipe cleaners and you're going to fold these two pipe cleaners in half. And once you fold those in half, you will grab one pipe cleaner and you will fold that pipe cleaner in half again. Now, from that half, you will now add this secondary pipe cleaner in between them and fold them in all like so. And so from here, what you'll do is you will now twist two times around before you fold these two longer ends up like so. And you will wrap these around. Now, from here, you're going to repeat this process 5 more times to have a total of 6 whole petals. Now, these petals are going to be pretty easy to make, but you'll have to lay them all out into place. And then from there, what you will do is you'll have 6 petals that look like this. Now, with these 6 petals, what you will do is you will now glue them on to one of these stems. You will first start by gluing 2 on together, and from grabbing onto those 2, you will then add your pistils into the middle of those 2 gaps. So you can see right here on this example flower that I made that you can see that the pistils are glued in between them. So you will glue these 3 on first, and then you'll have 1, 2, 3 like so. Now, from there, you will now fill in the in-between gaps of those 3 to make a more fuller looking flower. Now, I suggest here just stop. If you're struggling with any of this stuff or any of these steps at any time, I would suggest practicing. As you saw before, I have a lot of extra pipe cleaners that I can use to practice. So I would suggest practice, 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 practice. And so now that we've made our actual flower like so, including the leaves, we will now can move on to what's called dressing the flower. So you have the flower, but it needs to be dressed up to make it look better. Dressing the flower can give a way better final product that can even stand on its own like we see here. Now, for you guys, yours might look a little different. When you glue on the petals and the leaves, you'll have a lot of excess pipe cleaner down here, as you can see on my example pipe cleaner. So what you're going to do is you're just going to grab that floral tape, as you can see on the bottom here, and you're going to wrap all of those pipe cleaners to make it smooth and seamless and small like this. You probably can't tell, but there's actually 8 of these excess pipe cleaners hanging down from here. And you can see out here how tightly I've wrapped it up and how nice and neat I've made everything. So when you hold it back here, you can't even tell the difference. You wouldn't even be able to tell. So from here, after that, you can add any highlight, whether that's makeup highlight or actual highlighter themselves, to the insides of these flowers to make it add a little bit more extra detail. Now, for me, I like mine plain like this. I think they look great. But if you guys try or do or know any sort of little things that you might know I don't, I would love to see any examples if you guys do end up making these, which I do hope so. So From here, we can see how important it was to have all their supplies laid out and ready on hand. It's going to make your process a whole lot easier. Like I said previously, there are little things, a lot of little products that you are going to be using when making these, and so having them laid out will just make it a ton easier. It's important to learn how to do things that you're capable of doing on your own instead of paying someone else to do these, because you can just save a whole lot of money. This entire kit that I used to make these cost me about $20, when the same exact pipe cleaners flowers that I saw at the mall costed anywhere between $60 to $80. I think I got a pretty good deal on these, and I think they look just as nice as theirs. And so making a personal hand gift like these can also just be a great way to show someone how much you care. Learning a simple way to make these flowers can not only save you a ton of money, but can also have you ways of letting you relax. For me, this was a great way to find and relax and de-stress and decompress by just taking a couple minutes, a couple hours maybe, and just making a couple of these flowers. I thank you guys so much for your time, and I hope that if you do end up making some of these, that you guys would show me. Thank you. You guys have a good day.